My name is Nera. I'm running in Nepean, and the only reason I'm really doing this is because I want to be able to look my son in the eyes and to tell him that I fought for his freedom. And I know a lot of you out here are here because you are worried about your children's futures. Over this last little while, we've had to question something, which is, what is the purpose of the government? I always thought that the purpose of the government was to protect our rights and freedoms. But it seems like it is becoming more and more like it is their job or their purpose to grant us our rights and freedoms. This is an unacceptable perversion, and this is not something that I would ever accept for my son. And I want you to keep in mind this whole time, what would you do for your own freedom? And what would you do for the rights and freedoms of our sons and daughters? Because we have been compromising for so long. It's just been this constant moving of the goalpost. We've been bait and switch, and look at where we're at. Compromising freedoms for a sense of safety and security. And I have this conversation all the time. I say it in all my speeches, and I'm going to say it again. Where do you draw the line? 2 weeks to flatten the curve, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks to flatten the curve, 2 months? Where do you draw the line? A second lockdown? A third lockdown? And now they're going to, they're thinking about a fourth lockdown? Where do you draw this line? They said, let's just vaccinate the vulnerable. And we were like, okay, informed consent sounds cool. And then they said herd immunity, 70%. Since when do you have a conversation about herd immunity without mentioning immunity from previous natural infection? Since when do you have a conversation about herd immunity without mentioning all of these other early effective treatments? Since when do we ever say, listen to the science and censor scientists? They crossed a ton of lines right there. And now they say, oh, we want booster shots. Come get your third dose, booster shot. And the lists that they have go down to like 8. Oh, so we're thinking 8 booster shots? Are you guys going to sign up for that? No. They've already said they want everyone vaccinated. Now they want booster shots, so everyone has to get booster shots. I'm sorry, but a place where I draw the line, if you ask me to vaccinate my child who has a statistical 0% chance of getting hurt from this virus, no. No. And now they're thinking about introducing segregation into society. Segregation. When in history has segregation ever worked out? Never. Right. I wish more people would have yelled it. Never. Never. And this is what they want to implement. We are talking about a device that is granting people permission to have their freedoms. I just talked about the perversion of the government, right? Granting us freedoms instead of protecting our rights and freedoms. And now we're introducing a device, right, that is going to allow this to become the norm. Every business, hey son, you want to go to school? Show me your papers. You want to play sports? Show me your papers. You want to go go-karting? Show me your papers. You want to go to your friend's birthday party? Sorry, son, you can't go. You didn't get your booster shot. You're not welcome. You can't participate. That is what they want. We are talking about an on and off switch, which they're gonna attach all of our digital IDs, digital currency. Think about what happens to freedom. Picture 20 years down the road. I do not want coercion on my son or on any of your sons and daughters or on our futures at all. These are lines that we put down and we stand by. We do not let anyone by on these lines. And obviously, there's only one party that's willing to defend this line. So thank you for being here, one thing. Thank you, all of you. And I want to commend all of you because it takes courage to have made it this far. You guys they've been trying to ram all of this misinformation and disinformation down your throats for the last year and a half. And wow, you all have brains. You're critically thinking individuals, so thank you. I want you to feel that every single person next to you has a brain. No, seriously. I walk around sometimes and I don't feel like I'm surrounded by people with brains. So right now I feel very good. But even more important than that, I feel like right now I am surrounded by people with courage. Because you haven't conformed. You've all listened to your own hearts, your own minds, and you haven't conformed. That's courageous. There are plenty of people out there who have known, just like you, that something was wrong. They've known, just like you, they've experienced ostracism from their friends, their family, their workplace. They're feeling the pressure. There are people who are succumbing to the pressure right now, but you're here. So now we have to ask ourselves the real question, which is, what are you willing to do to defend this line? Gut check. What are you willing to do? How much would you fight for your freedom? How much would you fight for the freedom of your children? For me, it's simple. You want to touch my son? Over my dead body. And I hope that a lot of you have that same fire inside. I hope that you have it. I hope that sometimes when you think about the things that you're willing to do, your eyes water. I hope that you all have that, because I do. So now, what I want to say is, we talk about this fire. We have to spread the word as loud as we can. I just asked you how far you're willing to go, and I just said, over my dead body. So when I think of the little things, like pushing uncomfortable conversations, spreading memes, putting signs on my lawn, spreading signs around my riding, asking my candidate if he needs help, or she. These are all little things. I just asked you a gut check, how far you're willing to go. Well, there's a lot of little things that we can do very, very well, which are going to make a big difference. Because we take that fire and we keep in mind that one candle lights many. One candle lights many. My favorite motto that the PPC grasped onto was strong and free. Because I have always believed that you can't have freedom without strength. All of our past Canadians had to fight for our freedom. They were strong. And now it's our turn to be strong. And we have to realize that if we're not willing to push uncomfortable conversations, if we're not willing to push uncomfortable conversations or send out a blast email, these are little things, but if we're not even willing to do those types of things, to really, really push this purple wave, then we are dishonoring all the past soldiers, all the people who fought for us. We are dishonoring them. And we are dishonoring our children, and we're dishonoring ourselves. So all I want to leave with you guys is be strong for the past, for the present, for the future, and keep in mind that one candle lights many. Spread the word over the next week. Do whatever you can to get people to understand that the elephant in the room is freedom. There are no other issues. As far as I'm concerned, there's so many other important things, but they are down here when it comes to freedom. Okay? Once freedom's gone, we're done. Once we jump off that cliff, it's hard to climb back up. So we can talk about climate change, senior pensions, these these other issues, which are important. I'm not saying they're not important. But if you can't leave your home, if you can't go grocery shopping, I would say that's a bigger issue. Okay? So we have to attack the elephant in the room. Yeah, guys, I don't have a strong closing statement. This is a big deal. Okay?